She's satisfied that we're good to go. So can Bristol City stay in the promotion hunt, or will Charlton Athletic take the next big step towards the line? Promotion in their sights. They can't quite grasp it yet, and they know it's close. That 9-point gap for Charlton is enormous, with 4 games left for them to play. Those beneath them with a game in hand, and the fact that Crystal Palace and Newcastle are playing each other later means that even with a win today, Charlton won't satisfy the mathematicians. Although if they do get 3 points this afternoon, there won't be many suggesting that they won't make WSL next season. Here's Lawley at the back for Bristol City. Pass for Ward here. The neat football is disrupted. It's a surging run. And a chance for Charlton to attack early. Decent ball into the middle. Good header away by Powell. We are trying to win things back. We need a little bit of support. And she'll settle for the throw, having won that from Farrugia. Gloria Seaburn looking for options. Some claims of a handball, but out for a corner it goes. It seemed to bounce up awkwardly here. And so an early set piece for Charlton to attack. It's Jodie Hutton looking for her 3rd career promotion to swing this in. Up go the heads and just over the top. And it was met fairly by the captain's skills. Just couldn't quite keep this effort down. Need to climb to meet it. Well, Powell got into a bit of trouble there. And has conceded the throw. I'm expecting Bristol City to dominate the ball. Charlton have built their promotion bid on defensive solidity and being effective when they do have it. They've had the better of the early stages here. Away by Voss. Dow just recycling it. Forward it goes from Skills. And off the head of Ward. Charlotte Healy, the Bristol City boss, saying pre-match that they've got to make Charlton defend today. At the moment, it is Bristol City on the back foot. It's too high for Jones. Picked up by Syme here. There's a chance for Powell to advance. Syme. Jones. Back into the feet of Ingle. And now Ward and Farrugia. It's a good move this from Bristol City, and a high ball. He's looking for Lexi Lloyd-Smith, but Sophie Whitehouse came to claim. Bradley winning it back for Charlton there. I mentioned all the former Bristol City players in the Charlton lineup. Bradley was one who was in talks with Bristol City a little while back. While she was playing in the USA, eventually chose a move to Blackburn in 2024. Forward by Powell. It's Lloyd-Smith trying to put the pressure on. Doing so with a little bit too much force for the referee's liking as Skills went down. Well, had to go for it, did Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Just second to it on that occasion. Now losing her footing, but not before laying it through nicely. Nice chip across. It's just behind Lucy Fitzgerald. It was interesting listening to Karen Hills ahead of this game and missing that it was a challenging match in the reverse fixture, with Bristol City certainly having very good moments in the first half at the Valley. A couple of penalty claims turned down. It could have been a very different game. As it was, that day in November was the day that Charlton went a calendar year unbeaten in the second tier. Ball out of play, but a Charlton player down. That's Siba, who's in a little bit of discomfort. Been a big part of the team this year as the Hungarian. Our international teammate on the bench for Bristol City, Lauren Brisky. So a chance for Karen Hills and for Charlotte Healy to get a few words of wisdom on. Spoke very highly of Charlton's reaction to that first defeat of the campaign, did Karen Hills. It was a shock defeat at home to Portsmouth. They reacted well, saying the players didn't need motivation to pick themselves up in that game against Sunderland. After some running repairs, Siba appears to be okay. We'll have to leave the field for a moment though. Charlton temporarily down to 10. That's a lovely spin from Endow. A defender who is described as dominant in the air, but not short of a few tricks as well. A winner of this division with Aston Villa, along with Bristol City's Emily Syme back in 2020. In the thick of things again, and Dow. Well, she won it back, but only after the foul of her teammate Muir. And Ingle looking to get on with this for Bristol City. And she and Farrugia weren't quite on the same wavelength. Bristol City know how important a day this is, starting at 4 points from third, 5 points from the top two, and 5 to play. Again, it's Charlton asking the early questions. Moya slamming that against Ward and winning another Charlton set piece. Third in the starting lineup today, Moya, former Chelsea Academy product, who's looked lively down that right-hand side in these opening 10 minutes. And that 6-yard box is looking extremely crowded. Fran Bentley, if she wants to come for this, will have to come through a lot of traffic. It's a devilish delivery in. That's at the near post. And then Jones, in attempting to clear, is hacked down. Well, still just 18 years of age, Vera Jones. A year ago this month that she signed her first professional deal. Heavily involved in the side, but often from the bench. She picks up experience. Ward. Now Ingle. Perugia chasing. Seabear is back there. Booming clearance from Whitehouse. Moya. Fitzgerald not quite able to keep that in play. A little stumble from Bradley, but she recovered the position. The ball to her teammate was found a little wanting, and that's drawn the foul. A heavy challenge on Powell, who felt the full force of that. And she crashed into her opponent here. It was Hutton who came across. Well, Powell might just need a few deep breaths. Home fans happy to see her back on her feet. First half of the season was hit by injury, but she's re-established herself at right back as Ella Powell. Just waiting to be allowed back onto the field of play. Ward. Lexi Lloyd-Smith going down, claiming she was tripped, but the officials saw nothing wrong. Voss will get there first for Bristol City. She made the angle for Bentley and has taken that down nicely. Time for the Polish international to get her foot on the ball. Powell back in the game. There's Lawley. And Voss once more. Ward. The pass was slightly careless, and Bristol City in a spot of bother here as Moya trying to get beyond Ward. Nudged out of the equation. Shoulder to shoulder is the ruling. Bristol City just trying to build their way into the game. It's first half so far in which the ball hasn't spent too long in the Charlton final third, and that's a brief visit too. Without a win in 3 in WSL 2, just 1 win in 5 for Charlotte Healy's side. It's put the brakes on what has been a very positive campaign. Now, still right in the promotion mix, but today feels extremely significant. Might have Birmingham and Newcastle still to play here. Ingle back for Ward. Both sides claiming the corner. It's going to be a Charlton ball. Well, quiet afternoon so far for Sophie Whitehouse. 8 clean sheets. She leads the division in terms of that number. Another player who spent time with Bristol City in the 21-22 campaign. Powell. Stepping away from one challenge. Voss. And now Ward. Ferrugia. To make some room for the cross, perhaps. Claiming the touch off Siebert. And it's going to be a Bristol City corner. Time across quickly, a real creative force, the captain. 6 assists to go with her 6 goals. And this one's going short. Back with Sign, but not enough juice on the pass. Well, Charlton were switched on to the short set piece and made Bristol City pay for that. Siebert couldn't force it past Ferrugia. Jones couldn't work it forward either for Bristol City. Now it's Thestrup on the chase. Support arriving. And it's Hutton. And just wide. Took a touch on its way through. And Jodie Hutton took on the strike. Well, she's a threat in behind, is Thestrup. And that was firmly struck before it was deflected beyond the far post. So Hutton, whose last set piece threatened the near post, has now got a more diverse spread to aim for. It's been allowed to fall, and a great stop from Bentley there. From almost point-blank range. Well, the Bristol City goal survives. And now they're looking to work forward through Ingle. Best chance of the game so far for Charlton. Powell going long when Robinson was looking for it short. And what a stop this was from Bentley. Another good ball in. It was Skills at the back post. He had the header over from a corner earlier in the first half. Plenty of force in the shot. The angle was tight. Lloyd-Smith is in an offside position. Slip from Whitehouse as she cleared Charlton lines. And Robinson has put that out of play. Layoff from Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Howe looking over the top. Skills underneath that. Big clearance from the centre half. Voss with the header. Syme with the layoff, and now Powell. Robinson back in field for Syme. Lawley. And Voss. Ingle wants the ball and gets it. Bristol City just looking to move Charlton around a bit. Wards. Searching ball for Jones. Lexi Lloyd-Smith in the middle. Others arriving in red, but the ball doesn't arrive to meet them. And some holding from Voss on Lucy Fitzgerald. Well, Charlotte Healy in the week talking about last weekend at Portsmouth, saying that she felt they made a superb start but didn't poke the bruising, as she put it, once they found out how they could hurt them. At the moment, Bristol City struggling to find ways to hurt Charlton. Different story to how it was at the Valley in the first half, where Bristol City had several close-run things. Perugia in field for Ingle. Lexi Lloyd-Smith away from the challenge of skills. She's put it through for Jones here. Can Jones find room for the shot? And that's good defending. Ellie Mason across. Making sure the path to goal was cut off. And she was scampering forward. The angle was tight. It's good work from Mason to stay on her feet. No silly challenge. Concedes the corner though. And Syme with one arm aloft. And plenty in the 6-yard box. Syme to swing it in then. And heads go up, and Ingle's in there, and Ingle scored. Huge opening goal for Bristol City. And it's Sophie Ingle who is getting the congratulations. Their most experienced head, using it well. And finding a big goal for Bristol City. Well, it's taken Bristol City a little while to get going in this game, but Lawley was up there from the corner, and the flick on from Ingle, diverting it in. Really well taken goal. And Bristol City have the breakthrough. Fourth of the campaign for Sophie Ingle. And it's Charlton who have to find the response after arguably having the better of the opening stages in this first half. Seabet. Kristrup made the run, but she's not going to get there. Well, setback for Charlton, who have conceded so few goals all season. At just the 5th goal they've conceded away from home all campaign. The side who arrived with the best away record in the division with some work to do. Yet to lose on their travels. One of the big reasons they have built up such a dominant lead at top of the WSL 2 table. So I'm looking for Jones. Jones has helped it to Lloyd-Smith. And she was working it wide for Farrugia, but the flag had already gone up against Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Lexi Lloyd-Smith, a player who had a brief spell with Charlton 5 years ago. Sipa's header. Moya looking to turn away from Ingle. Good block coming in from Voss. Scales forward. Ward's header. Only into Siba. Ward has recovered and found Farrugia. There's a few Charlton bodies forward here. And Farrugia can't find her way through and down. And turn can stride into the Bristol City half. Intended ball for Fitzgerald cut out though. And here's Powell. Ingle with time to turn. Now Jones. Bristol City have time to be patient with the ball now. Try and draw Charlton out of their shape. Pick a way through. Powell. Back with Ingle here. Jones. Only spreading the play for Ward. Bit of room to roam for her. In towards Jones, that's a good ball. Jones driving, but into traffic. Will be a Bristol City ball, though. And she's certainly hitting her stride in this first half, is Jones. Fearless in possession. Always looking for a way through to goal. High from Voss. This will come out as far as Robinson. Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Mason coming to meet her. And conceding the throw. Back for Powell. And she dig out across. Whitehouse with the comfortable claim. Mason working it wide. Powell's challenge to put it out of play. Ingle this time putting her foot through it. Ingle. Powell. Charlton looking to find some of the momentum they had in the early stages of the game. All of a sudden the ball isn't finding white shirts. It's Ward now. Faruja. Ingle on the turn. Jones. Symes the short ball. Back with Lawley instead. Powell. Here's Ward. Voss. It's a long spell of possession for Bristol City here. At the moment, Charlton holding them at arm's length, but is this going to be the move? Well, a thumb up in acknowledgement from Lexi Lloyd-Smith of the idea, if not quite the execution. Patient build-up from Bristol City, looking for their moment to strike. One back by Lawley. Robinson is wide. And it's Robinson's ball in. Testing one. Well dealt with by Skills. Ward. Skills with a header again. And a couple of pushes in the back on Katie Bradley. Enough to draw the referee's whistle. Bradley, who was on target in the reverse fixture, almost ever present in the Charlton side, though she was red carded on the opening day. We've got a stoppage here. So a chance for the coaches to discuss things. It's Sophie Whitehouse who is getting some treatment at the moment. One of the things Charlton have been blessed with is a clean bill of health. A full-strength squad for Karen Hills to pick from. Some of that will come down to things that Charlton can't control. A poor challenge from an opponent, for example, but Karen Hills saying it's also about the professionalism of her squad, doing the right things in terms of recovery away from the game, getting the small details right. Well, at the moment, it's Sophie Ingle's goal that is the difference between the two sides. So much experience in those boots. It was her head, though, that made the difference. 5 times a WSL winner, 11 trophies in her time at Chelsea. On her return to Bristol City. Her 4th of the season at the moment is the difference maker. So Whitehouse is okay to continue. It's over the head of Powell. Hutton's ball in is interesting. There's Moya trying to get on the end of that, but Bentley was out quickly. Moya. Another chance to attack. Good clearance coming in from Lawley. Sieber's throw. Back with the Hungarian, who now finds Moya. She find a cross, well, she'll settle for the corner. Off the boot of Marie Wards. Well travelled is Karen Moya. Played in the US in the college system, in France and Italy as well. Leaving Chelsea's academy. Joining Charlton from London City Lionesses a couple of years back. Hutton's delivery then. Deep one. And the header over the top. Well, it's another first contact at the back post. Mason this time for Charlton. And again, not able to force the effort on target. Chance for skills before the Bristol City opener. The best Charlton have had. Drew an excellent stop from Bentley. Now the pressure comes. Almost telling. Calm as you like from Voss. Now Wards. Back with Voss. Ward immediately put under pressure. And the challenge coming in from Moya. Well, just a nervy moment here for Bentley. A little stumble, which almost produced something a little bit more damaging. Bristol City were able to escape. All the sides in WSL 2 who like to play from the back. Powell's been caught out this time. And Hutton's on the charge. Destrup trying to make a move to the middle. Voss across quickly. We've got our positioning just right. And now could there be a Bristol City counter? Side. Robinson outside. Jones through the middle. Syme just being slowed up here by Bradley. And Charlton have regained the ball. Jones putting Fitzgerald under pressure. Perugia helping out. That'll be a Charlton ball. Well, that's good defending this from Voss. Covered the angles well. Where the cross was likely to come. Sieber. Well, she was hoping for the run from Fitzgerald, which didn't quite emerge. Well, Bristol City's record against the other top sides in WSL 2 hasn't been great. 5 games they've played so far against the teams above them. 1 draw and 4 defeats. This is all going rather better. Lexi Lloyd-Smith. And Wards. Good feet. Jones. Another one happy to play in tight spaces. Engel. First time for Syme, who's got time to turn now. And release Robinson. An early ball into the middle is dangerous. Farrugia was lurking. That had to be dealt with. Seabed putting it behind. Oh, a lovely Bristol City move this. Robinson's ball in was really dangerous. Well, the last corner from this side yielded the Bristol City opener. Syme looking for something similar. The ball is now overhanging the quadrant. Syme's in swinger and off the line. And the referee has spotted some pushing. Well, it's a wicked delivery, this. Beyond Whitehouse, but on the line. The defender in the way. Kept in play by Ward, but only as far as Muya. Voss with the ball forward. Fiercely competitive in the middle of the park at the moment. 3 minutes to the break. Skills. And down. Well, Bristol City working extremely hard off the ball. Charlton being given next to no space and time. Dow's clearance. Well, this time last week, Bristol City were struggling in pretty awful conditions on the south coast. What a difference a week makes. Sun shining. At the moment, Bristol City in command and looking for more. Robinson. And it's good defending by Mason. Well, just simply had to make that challenge. Syme with the header. Now Voss. Ward. A bit of cat and mouse at the moment. Bristol City waiting for the press. Content perhaps with their 1-0 advantage before the break. We'll see in a moment just how much is to be added. Voss. Lexi Lloyd-Smith with the flick. Jones trying to get there from Farrugia's ball. 4 additional minutes to be added on then at the end of this first half. Charlton will have themselves a free kick. Well, Lucy Fitzgerald scored 5 in the last 7 in all competitions, but hasn't had too many sightings of goal in this first half. WSL 2's Player of the Month for February. Bristol City have largely kept her and Charlton quiet. Here is Fitzgerald. Up against Jones. Away by Lawley. Scales was up there, helping it to Fitzgerald once more. And Fitzgerald was looking around the corner for Scales, but couldn't get that right. High from Scales. Power with the header. So I'm trying to turn. Closed down by Bradley. Down. Breaking the ball forward. With the knockdown. Michelle couldn't force it through. A little loose from Voss. Sieber picking it up. In comes Engel. Well, Flannery was surrounded and was lost out. Took of the shirt from Sieber, and the first yellow card of the afternoon is coming out. Sieber taking one for the team there. After Flannery lost out. Engel. Oh, Bentley went thank you for the ball back there, and it's causing trouble. Fitzgerald couldn't find a teammate with the goal open. Bradley, searching cross. It was Engel who came across with the header. I imagine there might be some words from Bentley to Sophie Engel about the pass back in her direction that did her no favours there. But no harm done. And Bristol City take their one-goal advantage to the break. A half-time lead thanks to the head of Sophie Engel. The corner headed on by Gemma Lawley, and a clever flick from Engel, diverting it beyond Whitehouse and into the back of the net. Bristol City, after a slow start, getting going and getting in command of this one. And Charlton, who need 2 more wins for promotion, at the moment trail. Bristol City keeping their promotion hopes alive as it stands. Half-time, Bristol City 1, Charlton Athletic 0. What can she and Bristol City find in the second, and what can Charlton find in response? It's a big 45 minutes in both of these side seasons. Here's Dow then. Ward's clearance. Skills across, and Dow can't keep that in play. Perugia. It's been brought back for the free kick in Bristol City's favour. Lawley. And now Powell. Engel looking to turn it round the corner, but only finds the chest of Mason. Syme picking up the loose ball and driving forward. And now Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Strike blocked in the nick of time by Skills. Robinson. Now Jones. That cross deflected just behind Syme. Engel. Bristol City looking to press home their advantage early in this second half. Lawley. Now being put under pressure. Long from Skills. Hutton on the chase. And she beat Powell to the ball and then was halted. I had to work hard to get on the end of this, and as Powell came across, in the referee's view, she was denied forward progress illegally. So it's Hutton who's standing over this, with a chance to put some pressure on the Bristol City box. The likes of Dow in amongst it. Bentley is coming well. Feeding Engel as Bristol City look to move forward quickly. Flannery was stepping in there to make sure it didn't reach Perugia. Powell. It's Fitzgerald who's been fouled. Lawley has to drop back into a defensive position as Hutton takes over the ball. There'll be a pause here while the likes of Dow and Skills come up from the back. Skills in particular with a couple of efforts in the first half from set plays. Searching cross. And his header away and then whacked away. Way over the top. Well, for a moment it looked like it might have fallen kindly, but the effort always rising. Well, this is a Charlton side that is used to fighting through from adversity, finishing second and third in the last 2 seasons. Positions this season that would be good enough to be very much in the promotion picture. An automatic promotion places in second, the playoff in third. But not for the last 2 years. It's been a long project to get them into this position. Karen Hill's 5 years in charge now, 4 of them as Charlton a professional outfit. Powell's ball into the middle. Whitehouse wanted to be able to deliver that a little bit quicker, but a little frustrated there weren't more options. Skills. Mason back to her goalkeeper. Now Fitzgerald's. That is a timely intervention from Ingle. Muya there, poised to sprint in behind. Vera Jones. And now Robinson. Chance to run at this Charlton backline. Deliver the cross. Farrugia was in there, so was Lloyd Smith, but the visitors have got it clear. Voss. Ward with the cross this time. It's come as far as Farrugia. Too short of Ingle. And Charlton want a free kick and will get one. And the yellow cards come out as well on Captain Emily's side. And Bradley brought down. Not too many arguments from Syme. Confirmation of her booking, the third of the campaign for her. Testrup coming short. Mason. It's a decent ball in. Bentley's had to come a long way. Sebo was in pursuit. Bentley captured it. It was drifting away from her and towards the fullback, and well, in the end, Bentley did a good job. Powell. Jones on the turn, finding Syme in space. And he's a take on and down. Beyond her, and dragging it wide. Well, it was good work from Syme right up to the finish. She can hit them from there. Shrugging off the challenge of Ndao. Whitehouse had it covered.
Two changes for Charlton Athletic. In the field, number 18, Gloria Sibber, being replaced by number
So Seba is coming off. And Gillian Kenny, the American, is going to be introduced. Thestrup, who got the winner last week, is also going to be withdrawn for Charlton. As Charlotte Newsham comes in. That's the swap for Seabear at full back. Kenny will take on a forward position. Here's Ingle. Jones. And Dow's clearance away from Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Jones. Straight into Muya. It's a check across the shoulder from Voss. Safety first, back to her goalkeeper. Wards. Charlton get the throw. And looking to get on with this quickly as well. And Moya keep it in play, not quite. Voss. Newsham. Well, for a moment, Kenny was coming towards the edge of the area. He's now been invited to go back as Newsham looks for Moya. And the clearance off the substitute from Farrugia. And then Bristol City the throw. Finally turning away from trouble. Moya couldn't force it to a teammate and has conceded the free kick as well. A patchy period of the game as Jones gets back to her feet. Spent most of her youth career at Barry Town's academy side. All being picked up by Bristol City. Now Symes on the chase here, and Symes in behind. It's Syme across. Couldn't quite find Jones. Farrugia's kept this alive. Farrugia with support from Ward. Perhaps would have been offside if the ball had gone. Not now though. Ward going down in the box before the challenge was made. Just lost her footing, didn't claim anything in fairness. A couple of promising moments for Bristol City to increase their advantage. They've not been taken. Powell. There'll be alarm bells in the Charlton back line at the way that Syme was allowed to get goal side. They will have to take more risks, the visitors, in pursuit of an equaliser and more. And Dow's clearance. Ball is sending it back into the Charlton half. Skills working it wide. Newsham towards the middle. Tidying up done by Ingle here. Wards. Well, this is Syme in behind. Lovely ball from Powell over the top. A run beyond skills. The angle was tight, it was right to go for the cross. Just too far away from Vera Jones, who made the run. Wards. Now Jones. Another attack full of purpose from Bristol City. Farrugia across the middle. Lloyd Smith, it's it! Well, a finish that was a bit of a scuff that deceived the goalkeeper, but Bristol City double their lead. The pressure had been building, the second had been coming. And Lexi Lloyd-Smith with goal number 8 of the campaign. On the end of an excellent team move. It's good work from Farrugia here. Driving for the cross, and Lloyd-Smith, well, Did she mean that?
It's 2-0 to Bristol City.
It'll be interesting to find out post-match, perhaps. Whether she did or she didn't, it was effective. And last season's top scorer has another goal to her name. Well, less than half an hour to go, and Charlton Athletic now have a mountain to climb. At the moment, it's looking like Bristol City's day. Charlotte Healy's side, who hadn't beaten another side in the top 5 before today. Well, they still haven't won this one, but they could be heading that way. Curiously, Charlton have only dropped points against sides currently in the bottom 4. That could change in the next 30 minutes. Robinson. Wards. Farouja. Ingle. It's good football, this. Farouja. And now Syme! Well, Bristol City looking to put this one to bed. Hoping to make the most of this spell in the game. And make sure it is a lead that for Charlton will prove to be insurmountable. This was always climbing from side. Again, good football in the build-up from the hosts. Ward picking this up. Now Ingle. Farouja. And Dow with the disruption. Flannery's crossfield ball. Powell getting ahead to that. And looking to carry on. Bradley had come across. Robinson helping in field. Farouja. It's well won. It's another driving run. This is Syme. Ingle. Farouja again. Ward on the outside. The home side content to keep the ball. Powell. Well, a couple of changes are being readied as well, as you can see at the bottom of your picture there. Thinking for Karen Hills to do. Even if they were to lose today, Charlton still red-hot favourites for promotion. They do have a tricky run in. Crystal Palace away is their next game in WSL 2 before their FA Cup quarter-final with Liverpool. This afternoon is just another reminder of just how competitive, how close everything in WSL 2 has been this season. So little between so many of the sides. Lawley. Now Ward with a bit of space to move. Well, she was looking for the run on the inside channel from Farrugia. And among the changes for Bristol City, we're going to see Maureen Defer reintroduced, having missed a few games recently. And Esther Morgan is also being readied. And we're going to see those changes now. Changes for Charlton coming as well. And it's the away side who are going to make their introductions first. Mary McAteer, who was the only change from last weekend's win over Sunderland, is going to be coming on for the final quarter of the game. Ciara Flannery making way for her. Katie Lockwood is also going to be introduced. Karen Moyer is coming off. So two players very much forward-looking as Charlton look to retrieve this situation.
Replacements for Bristol City.
Change to the hosts as well then. So Vera Jones, a teenager, getting a good reception for her efforts. As Maureen Defer is going to come on. Charlotte Healy says she's been a big miss over the last few weeks in her absence. A welcome return for her. And Maria Farrugia, who has been doing some excellent work down the left-hand side, is going to be replaced by Esther Morgan. So we'll wait to see what that does in terms of each team's shape and the sightings of certain personnel. Morgan's first responsibility is to take this throw. Away by Voss. Lloyd Smith bringing it down. Here's Ingle. Defer just recycling it. Voss was looking through the middle, but that's been cut out. Voss can atone for that with the clearance. Now Fitzgerald laying it off for McAteer. It's a neat ball, and the strike is fierce and true, and it's a goal back. Gillian Kenny. All of a sudden the deficit halved, and the league leaders getting themselves right back into the contest. One substitute combining with another. And Gillian Kenny has her third goal off the bench this season. Often making an impact, and she's done so again. And now a game that was looking Bristol City's is suddenly in flux once more. Lloyd Smith trying to win this back. Ingle's header. Ward is now further forward as Syme helps this out wide for Robinson. Early ball into the middle. Whitehouse with the claim. Deciding against the early distribution into the feet of Van Dow instead. Newsham. Voss just having to put that out of play, and the run of Fitzgerald there, which we couldn't be sure of. Fitzgerald. Wade Smith trying to turn. Well, Hutton couldn't quite keep it in play, and then, well, she stopped Powell from taking the throw in, and you suspect the card is going to come out there. Powell was trying to hurry things along. Well, we haven't seen a card yet. Well, this was the challenge. All a little bit of unnecessary work there from Hutton. It seems like Kirsty Dowell has kept her cards in her pocket that time. Hutton might consider herself a bit fortunate. High from Dow. Morgan's header, and now Ward chasing onto it, and she's flicked it into the path of side. Well, the play's been brought back, and Bristol City are saying, well, we had the advantage. The referee has pointed out that, well, it's a head injury. And there's a yellow card as well about to be produced in the direction of Van Dow. And whilst Bristol City were filled, they should have been able to continue. The referee had little choice. And it's a head injury, and that just being explained to Syme as well now. Just being acknowledged by the Bristol City captain. Well, it's a game that's been keenly contested throughout the afternoon. Rory Ward's been one of the players who has put in significant mileage this afternoon. Thankfully, the stoppage doesn't seem like it's going to be too prolonged. Let's just take you through, well, we've got a break in play, what this all does for the league table as it stands at the moment. Birmingham City have taken the lead against Sheffield United, so they are 2-1 ahead. But Bristol City up to 4th, ahead of the meeting between Crystal Palace and Newcastle this evening. And Charlton's lead at the top would be reduced to 6 if they can't find an equaliser. And that's significant as well, because Birmingham have a game in hand, and the final game of the season is between Charlton and Birmingham. If things stay like this, the league title would be back in the hands of Charlton and Birmingham. Both, if they win out, would claim the title. Obviously, one of them can. Plenty more to be done before we're done here, though. Those standings could shake up once again. Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Now offside from the throw-in.
Replacement for Bristol City, leaving the
So Katie Robinson is going to be taken off for the final 15 minutes or so, and it's the Arsenal loanee Jessie Gale, who's only able to train at the back end of this week after picking up a dead leg last weekend. Well, she's certainly someone who knows the path to goal. 3 in her 7 appearances so far since arriving on loan after scoring 5 in a struggling Portsmouth team in the first half of the season. Jessie Gale, who began at Charlton before joining Arsenal's academy as a 17-year-old. We've got another stoppage at the moment. Well, Hutton's not going to need treatment. And Powell readying the throw. Smith losing out. It's tight in there, and it's been won back by Defer. Charged down by Gale. Charlton do clear their lines this time. Powell. Engel just having to hook it over ahead. Now Defer. Gale making the run, claims offside, and the flag is raised. Well, she's quick, is Gale. The Charlton line is going to have to be very disciplined. Dow. Engel's ball, Gale trying to help it on for Syme. Skills. Booming ball downfield, but out of play. Well, you're getting a sense today of just why Charlton went 27 matches and 479 days unbeaten at this level. They refuse to give anything up. As we head towards the final 10 minutes, they are still very much in this contest. You can see how much of the ball that Bristol City have enjoyed. It's about what we expected from these two sides. It's never been about possession for possession's sake for Charlton this season. Forward by Newsham. All his clearance. Defer. Syme looking to bring it down. Defer for Powell. That's a very good ball for Lloyd Smith. Up against Mason here. And Lloyd Smith, with good work, has won the corner. Really strong forward play. Bristol City with the ball at the right end of the pitch from their point of view. And you can see Lexi Lloyd-Smith just urging the game to be slowed down for a moment. No need to rush the corner, which Syme has come across to take. And the home side seal it with a third. It's going up. And Dow will have a second chance to clear this. And she's run into Powell here. Wally into the box. Kenny keeping hold of it well. Newsham. And Dow. Dow is only just getting up in what she claims was a late challenge. On it goes though with Hutton. Plenty of forward runners here. Out as far as Bradley. And that's a great ball, and McAteer was so close to getting a toe end on that. Well, the outstretched boot nearly made contact. If she'd done so, well, that could have been a real moment of concern for Bristol City. Bradley's ball, devilish. So a change for Charlton here. Hutton is being withdrawn. Emma Bizzle is on for the final 8 minutes plus stoppages, of which we will have a few. We've got another delay here. Well, it's Powell, who is getting back to her feet. Part of the championship winning squad back in the 22-23 season. Said they had to show a strong mentality for the run in Bristol City. They've got to show a strong mentality for these final few minutes. There's Bizzle. Her last goal in WSL 2, a 98th minute one. It was a winner at Nottingham Forest just before Christmas. What price for Charlton? A late goal from her. Forward from and down. Defer. Ward losing out. Here's Skills for Charlton. Cut out nicely by Lloyd Smith. Defer. Gale. Couldn't quite beat the on-rushing and Dow there. Well, as we head towards the final 5 minutes of normal time, you wouldn't say the Bristol City goal has been peppered since Kenny got that goal back. It would only take one moment to change the game and change the promotion picture again. And Dow. Skills. Wants to go long. Voss wasn't sure that would carry. So out of play it goes. Bissell with Voss for company as McAteer. Well, that's not the touch she would have wanted. Ingles' header. Dow towards the final third. Lawley competing for it. Lloyd Smith with the challenge. Now Syme. Chance for a Bristol City breakaway, perhaps. Ward was the target. Dow cutting it out. Clearance only as far as Ingle. Fitzgerald. Well, these are the hard yards now for Bristol City to try and hold on to this slender advantage. Offside flag up. Well, if they are to see out Bristol City, they'll have done so with an injury list that is not insignificant, without their top scorer as well. Reminder, no Rio Hardy today. Not for the first time this season, they've not been able to name a full bench. 7 on it today, there were only 5 on it last week. Charlotte Healy's side have been travelling in constraints. Bizzle. Cross only as far as Voss. Beautifully taken down by Gale. Wants a free kick but won't get one. McAteer up against Ingle here. Bissell. Newsham quickly surrounded by Wards. Another clearance by Voss. Losing count of those today. Fitzgerald. Well, he's claiming the ball. And Kenny won't get there. More precious seconds ticking away for Charlton. This final 10 will have felt like an age for Bristol City and for Charlotte Healy. So close to what would be a massive 3 points. They will find out very shortly just how much longer they will have to get through. Fitzgerald. This will come for Syme. That's attempted ball down the line, cut out. So 6 additional minutes then at the end of the game. Wards. Now Syme. Going for goal or the corner flag. Out of play from Newsham. She was trying to get a touch off a Bristol City boot, but it's going to be the home side who have the throw. The offside flag was raised in the direction of Ward. But all that has taken up a minute of the added 6. That's off Powell. Suddenly a roar from the Charlton contingent in the crowd. Chances for the visitors have been fleeting. But this is a significant moment. A jam-packed 6-yard box. Here's the delivery. And off the crossbar, and again! And somehow the Bristol City goal survives. Heart-in-mouth moment for the home side. How did this stay out? Well, Lawley there with the second clearance. Extremely fortunate. Well, as close as Charlton have come to an equaliser there as Defer is handled. And a yellow card coming out as well for kicking the ball away. Well, the nerves will be kicking in now. Bradley and Fitzgerald over this. Just being instructed to wait for the whistle. Reminder, Charlton unbeaten away from home all season. Nisham has come back there, so has Bradley. Big walls to negotiate, Bradley striking it and wide. Well, this was never troubling Bentley's goal. Another few sighs of relief. The home fans know they're nearly there. Still 2 more minutes to go. Wards. Losing out to Newsham. Engel was claiming the throw, but it will be a Charlton ball. Is that a free kick for Charlton? It is. Engel, the offender. Again, Bradley being asked to wait. Well, Charlton have sent pretty much everybody forward here. What can Bradley swing in? Good punch from Bentley. Engel completing the clearance. Into the final minute of the added 6. And Bristol City have got themselves a goal kick. Well, just when they needed their goalkeeper. Bentley coming up with a big moment. Lloyd Smith. Couldn't quite capture it, Gale there. So Whitehouse with perhaps one more chance to boot this forward. Kenny can't turn it round the corner. Syme bundled over, Bristol City free kick. Well, Charlotte Healy's side are at the mercy of Kirsty Dow's whistle. We played the 6 that were promised. Lawley to boot this downfield. Bristol City with a big win. The leaders losing on the road for the first time this season. And Bristol City have put themselves right back in the promotion mix. A goal in each half. Sophie Ingle with the first of them. Before in the second, they made it 2. And despite a late goal from Gillian Kenny, Charlton Athletic were unable to find a fight back. Although there were nervy moments in particular when we saw the Bristol City woodwork struck twice from a corner in quick succession. Welcome returns to the likes of Marine Defer. Bristol City's injury crisis easing. And a huge result at the right time for Charlotte Healy's side. She's all smiles now. Charlton will have to wait to confirm their promotion. And indeed, this is a result that blows the title race open again as well. 3 to play, they still need points, Charlton. They still have a significant lead. But their job is not done. Bristol City, though, with a reminder that they are still in the race. Bristol City 2, Charlton Athletic 1.